Two people, same paycheck, same city, same bills. 30 years from now, one of them retires with over $1 million. The other one retires with almost nothing. Same money the whole way through. What separated them? It wasn't luck. It wasn't a bigger income. It wasn't a secret stock. It came down to three things, three habits, that one of them did on purpose and the other one never even knew about. I'm going to give you all three, and by the end of this, you'll know exactly which side of that split screen you're building toward and how to change it if you don't like the answer. Quick note, this video is for information only. It's not financial or investment advice, and I'm not a licensed financial advisor. Nothing here is personalized guidance for you. Before you make any financial decisions, talk to a licensed professional. Now let's get into it. Before I give you the three things, I need you to understand the one shift they all come from. Because if you miss this, the three habits are just tips, and tips don't change your life. Here's the shift. Most people consume. Heirs build. That's it. That's the whole thing. Consuming is when your money leaves your hands and goes to work for somebody else. The store, the bank, the streaming service, the car company. Building is when your money leaves your hands and goes to work for you. Same dollar, two completely different destinations. And I'm not here to shame anybody for spending. We all spend. But the heir asks a question most people never ask. Is this dollar working for me or against me? Hold on to that question, because all three of these habits are just different ways of answering it. Let's get into them. Number one, heirs pay themselves first, and then they take their own willpower out of the equation. Here's what I mean. Most people spend first and try to save whatever's left, and there's never anything left. You already know this. The heir flips it. The money goes toward building before it ever touches the spending. And then they do the smartest thing of all. They set it on automatic so they never have to feel it or decide it again. And I want to show you how powerful just the automatic part is. There's data on this. When a retirement plan signs you up automatically, participation runs at about 94%. When people have to sign themselves up, it drops to about 64%. That's a 30-point swing. And the only thing that changed was whether it happened automatically. Same people, same paychecks. Automation did that. Now let me show you what that automatic habit actually turns into. Say you set aside $500 a month and you just leave it alone. Let it grow at 8% a year, which is on the conservative side of what the market's averaged over the long run. After 30 years, here's the math. You will have put in $180,000 of your own money, and it will have grown to about $745,000. So your money added more than $500,000 that you never worked for. $565,000 of growth on top of what you put in. And if that same money grows at 10%, which is closer to the market's long-run average, that $180,000 becomes $1.1 million. Same $500 a month. The difference between broke at retirement and millionaire was a standing order you set up once and forgot about. One more thing on this, and it's the flip side. That same force works against you too. The average credit card right now charges over 22%. So compound interest is either the best employee you ever hired or the most expensive debt collector you'll ever meet. You get to choose which side of that you're standing on. Real quick, if you've made it this far, you're not just watching, you're building. So here's what we want to ask you. If this is giving you value, subscribe. That one click is what lets us keep making these for you every single week. And if you know somebody who needs this, somebody making good money and still wondering where it all goes, share it with them. That's how it reaches the people it's for. Then drop us a comment. Tell us where you're at, what you want us to break down next. We read everyone. All right, let's get back into it because we're just getting to the good part. Number two, heirs put their money into things they own, not just things they use up. Let me put something in front of you that should stop you in your tracks. Black spending power in this country is approaching $2 trillion a year. $2 trillion. If we were our own country, that spending would rank us among the largest economies on the planet. So the money is not the problem. The power is already in our hands. The question is where it's going. And right now, most of it flows out to companies we don't own, in neighborhoods we don't own property in. Look at the ownership side. The home ownership rate for white families is almost 74%. For black families, it's about 46%. That's a gap of nearly 30 points. And a home is where most middle-class families in America have historically built the bulk of their wealth. And business ownership tells the same story. Black Americans are about 14% of the population, but own only about 3.5% of the country's employer businesses. I'm not saying that to discourage you. I'm saying it because $2 trillion of spending power pointed even a little bit more to owning instead of just consuming. That's not a small shift. That's generational. That's the whole game. The Heirs move is simple to say and hard to do. Every time you can, turn a little bit of consuming into a little bit of owning. A retirement account is ownership. A share of an index fund is ownership. Your own home, your own business, someday, ownership. Move the dollar from the works for them pile to the works for you pile. $1 at a time. Number 3, and this is the one that separates a kingdom heir from everybody else. Heirs don't just think about their retirement. They think about people they may never even meet. Let me show you why the timing on this has never mattered more. Over the next couple of decades, the largest handoff of wealth in human history is happening. Older generations are set to pass down around $124 trillion by the year 2048. You may have heard 84 trillion a while back. The number's only grown. It's 124 trillion now. But here's the hard part. That river of money is not flowing to everybody equally. It flows along the lines of who already owns, the homes, the businesses, the accounts, which means the wealth gap we talked about doesn't just sit still. Without a deliberate plan, it gets handed down. And even for families who do get something, there's an old saying, you find a version of it in almost every culture on earth. Shirt sleeves to shirt sleeves in 3 generations. One generation builds it, the next enjoys it, the third one loses it. Research suggests most family wealth really does evaporate within a few generations. Now, why? It's usually not the market. It's that the money got passed down, but the wisdom didn't. That's the heir's real assignment. It's not just to build a pile of money, it's to build something that outlives you and to pass down the how, not just the what. Because here's a number worth remembering. Once you cross somewhere around 100,000 invested, your money starts growing by roughly 8,000 a year on its own without you adding a dime. Past that point, the money is doing work your paycheck used to do. That's the threshold you're building toward, and that's the thing you get to hand to the next generation. Now watch how old this idea actually is. Everything I just told you, pay yourself first, own instead of just consume, think past your own lifetime. The Bible said all of it thousands of years before there was a stock market to say it about. Proverbs says it plainly, a good man leaves an inheritance to his children's children. Not just his children. His children's children. That's 2 generations down. People he will never meet, whose faces he'll never see. That is the definition of thinking generationally. God built that instinct into wisdom itself a long, long time ago. And I need you to hear this next part clearly, because this is where we're different from every other money channel out there. The Bible also says God is the one who gives you power to get wealth. But read the rest of that verse. It doesn't stop there. It says he gives you that power that he may confirm his covenant. In other words, the ability to build wealth was never given to you just so you could have more stuff. It was given to you for a purpose that's bigger than you. That's the difference between an heir and everybody else grinding for money. The heir isn't chasing a bigger pile. The heir is stewarding something for their family, for their children's children, for the kingdom. The money is just a tool. The purpose is the point. Here's your one move, not all 3. Just the first one, because the first one makes the other 2 possible. Set up one automatic transfer. Pick a number, and I don't care if it's $25 or $200, and schedule it to move on its own the day after you get paid into somewhere it can grow. That's it. You're not trying to get it perfect. You're proving to yourself that you can pay yourself first before life spends it for you. That single automatic transfer is you stepping off the consume side and onto the build side. And once it's running, you never have to fight that battle again. And remember what it actually is. It's not just a transfer. It's the first brick in something you're building for people who will carry your name long after you're gone. An inheritance to your children's children. That starts this week with one small thing set on automatic. If this gave you something real, subscribe. We're building something here. I'll see you on the next one.